Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never met.
Hey, yo, what up, CMP? Hey, it's your boy, Selwyn, aka Super Cell. Yeah, man. It's dedicated to Notorious B.I.G.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Yeah. Hey, DJ, hold slow that down, man. Hey, man, yeah. Hey, Big was it for me coming up in the 90s. Yeah, like when they called him Notorious B.I.G. because legal rights or whatever. But in the beginning, man, they called that nigga Biggie Smalls. And I was like, man, we got a lot in common because they called me Skinny Minnie. Nah, for real, man. And then I was watching this dude's documentary. I got a story to tell recently on Netflix. Y'all might want to check that out. And I was like, yo, Big, like, he got a lot in common with me, for real. Because this dude, West Indian, his mom's from Jamaica or whatever. And my dad was from Trinidad, right? So I said, okay. You know, and he came over, but I didn't. I was born here and whatnot. But then I found out that his dad's name was Selwyn. And I was like, oh, shit. My dad's name was Selwyn, too. And then I seen we got a whole lot more in common. Because his dad was never there, and neither was mine. Yo! Yeah, man. Like, that was rough. And, nah, man, I used to live and listen to Big when we used to go to the clubs all the time, man. And I love going to the club because when you go to the club, you got pregame first. And I'm like, shit, man. Hey, who gonna be the designated driver? And my homeboy would always be like, yo, I'm gonna be the designated driver and whatnot. And one time we went out to the club, and I'm talking about, I'm drinking. I get to the club, I pay, he pay to get in, and he said he's just gonna drink ginger ales. Man, we in there about an hour or so. You know what it felt like. Actually, probably like 4 hours, cause I'm toe down from the floor down, trying to get up where I sit up. You know, every time I burp, it feels like I'm. Oh, nigga, I think I'm drunk. It's like shit. You know when your eyes barely open. Oh, Lord. And then I turned around and he said, nigga, I'm drunk too. I said, whoa, wait a minute. He's like, hey, man, you're going to have to drive because I don't know how to get back. And I was like, what you mean you don't know how to get back? He was like, you from here and I ain't. And we out in the club, so you're going to have to drive back. And I was like, man, I don't think I'll be able to drive. And he instilled a confidence in me that I never knew. He said, look, he said, you get behind the wheel. He said, I'm telling you when you're doing right or wrong. And I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, man. So I got behind the wheel, and the first thing I noticed, it was 4 lanes. And it was only 2 lanes that started. And the nigga told me, he said, hey, bro, he said, just drive in the middle. I said, oh, that was that confidence. I said, I could do it. And we went from DC back to Virginia, man. And for somehow I made it. I was like, yo, I'm never doing that again. But I lied. Yep, sure did. I lied, man. I did it again. But I did it in Japan, and I messed around. And I got a whole DUI out of that because I was drinking, and somebody told me that it was going to be this designated driver. And when I got there, I was like, oh, yeah, I got this. And turned around, and everybody left me. And when you drunk and you don't know what to do, and you in a strange country, and you like, yo, I need to get home, you can't just call somebody. You like, you start panicking. So what I did, I started walking around. I walked around for about a good 45 minutes, which was in drunk time 3 hours. By the time I was, yo, it got to been worn off already. So I get, because I can see straight, I'm not swerving or whatever. And I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and drive. And I got behind the wheel, and man, I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna drive all the way home. I'm just gonna drive to the hotel. And I seen the hotel, and I was like, there you go right there. I just passed it. Let me bust a U. And you know, I don't know about you, but in the States, if you bust a U, you probably can do it if it say no. If it don't say no, you turn. But overseas, I don't give a damn what you. They like, they cover their teeth because that's how they laugh. Just Mr. Fisher-son. I said, oh yeah. They said, you know why he pull you over? I said, no. They said, they start laughing. I said, what? He said, we pull you over because you'll do a U-turn. I said, oh. And the next thing they know, they asked me to say, have you been drinking and driving? So I wanted to be honest. I was like, no, I was drinking earlier, but I walked that off. He said, Mr. Fisher, jump outside and you'll do your eye test. And I did. And I was like, yo, I heard in the States that you can beat it if you hold your breath and don't really blow hard. So I was thinking that, and he didn't pull out a gun like they do in the States. He pulled out a fish bag. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, how am I gonna beat this? And my man was like, so sorry. And he told me I had to go ahead and go downtown. And so I caught me a DUI and whatnot, man. But yeah, so I really don't believe people when they say they want to go out. But I had a homeboy. There's like the MGM just opened up around here in the DC area, you know. It's actually on the Maryland side where I used to live at, Oxon Hill, Woodwood. And man, my homeboy, he was like, yo, we gonna go out here and hit the MGM. We gonna gamble. It's just like Vegas, baby, because I used to live out there and I used to get money. And I was like, shit, I'm coming with you because if you get money, I'm gonna get money because I'm a loser. Like, I do not gamble. Man, I don't even like to play 7-Eleven gamble. If you play, like, pick your numbers, nah, I don't do that. My mama like to play the numbers, but she a church woman, and she always be like, I can't play the numbers. And I was like, why not? She said, you can't serve two masters. And I was like, well, I mean, what you talking about? She's like, if I play the numbers, that means I'm serving the devil and the Lord. And I can't do that. So why don't you go on down there and run me them numbers? so you want me to go to hell? No, that was like, and I end up doing it. So like, I'm already going down there with gasoline draws on. So whatever I say, hey, it's on y'all. Yeah, so anyway, get to the MGM, and I said, yo, hey, I'm gonna drink all night. He said, that's cool, man. I'm gonna be the designated driver. And I was like, bet. Man, we in there. I'm drinking before I'm gambling. I lose all my money. And I was like, oh, shit. Then I see my boy over there, and he lost all his money. And this nigga started drinking. I said, hey, I thought you was designated driver. He said, I can't go home without no money, man. I got to win something. My wife gonna kill me. I was like, so what you gonna do? He said, I got an idea. I was like, what you got an idea? Man, do you know my boy, he was like, hey, I bet you can't nobody in this bitch beat me in arm wrestling. And I was like, you can't gamble like that. He said, bet money, bitch. And I was like, oh, what? He's like, yeah. Man, all of a sudden, he got a big ass crowd. I went to the bathroom and he got his arm up, and I'm talking about, it's a table full of niggas. Someone's on, yeah, I can beat you. Bam! He beating everybody. He making his money back. I was like, oh shit, we about to go home straight. And I was like, wait a minute. He ain't not drink. He's the dude who's supposed to be the designated driver. His lady called him over. Hey, where you at? He said, I'm in here winning. She said, no, you not. Your ass is losing right now because you were supposed to be home 2 hours ago. And I was like, word? And he's like, hey, bro, I got to get up out of here because she telling me. I was like, but we came together. He said, I got to get up out of here. I was like, hold on, man, but we all together. This dude took off with his winnings in his car. But I was like, oh, man. I'm sitting in there stuck like a motherfucker. I was like, well, shit, I guess I'm going to have to catch a ride or I might have to drive or something. And, yeah, so I ended up lasing out on that. Anyway, I figured out that I'm sick of this COVID-19. Yeah, man, because, you know, the kids, they stay in the house all day. And I'm going to the grocery store more frequently. And I can't stand the shit. Because every time I turn around, I'm talking to somebody on the phone. I was like, yeah, man, I got to go to the grocery store. Like, God damn, man, you always going to the grocery store. And I was like, these kids eat me out of house at home. And they were like, oh, yeah, I ain't think about that. Like, literally, they got to eat all day in this house. And, like, see, that's why I want them to go back to school, because at least I can try to pretend I'm on welfare. And I'm like, look, I can't really provide all this. Can y'all get them free lunch? You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I get by, you know, because black people, we got to find a system. We got to find a way. Look, I'm not buying J's for my kids, but I will get them free lunch. I will find every avenue that I can to feed them. Yeah. And I know I was different growing up. Yeah, because when I came up, I was born in Virginia. And I moved down to North Carolina, and it's when I found out my name was different, man. I thought my name was normal until everybody always questioned me, like, what's your name? Selwyn. And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, it's my name. They're like, oh. I mean, what does it mean? And when I was coming up, my mom used to tell me, she's like, you know what your name means, son? And I was like, no. She said, your name means a palace friend. I was like, but we live in an apartment. Right? So I'm like, why would you name me something that we ain't achieved yet? And I didn't know what she was trying to tell me, that she was trying to like give me something that she aspired to. But, you know, so, I mean, I hate my name. But like I said, me and Big got something in common. We got the same daddy's name. I mean, well, I got the same daddy. That was his name, right? You know, I just got so happening to be named after this nigga. So I'm like, okay, so I'm a palace friend. So who's the king? And my mama used to always say the same thing. She's like, well, you know, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is the king. And I'm like, see, there you go. There you go, pulling that trick. My mom will pull out the Bible anytime. Yeah, she wouldn't let me go to Halloween. She's like, I can't, She's like, I ain't let you celebrate the devil's night. I was like, but I just want to get candy. And she's like, I told you, boy, I'm not going to let you get the devil's night. So when I found out it was my cousin's birthday, I said, so you going to let me not celebrate my cousin's birthday? I said, you trying to say that he's the devil? She said, well, no. I said, so, you know, they giving out free candy on his birthday. These are gifts. These are gifts from the Lord. That's what you got to do when you growing up with a Christian mother, man. You know, and I just sat there. I knew that was my difference. But when I was growing up, I was left-handed. And in North Carolina, they were like, if it ain't right, it ain't right. You know what I mean? So they beat it out of me. They literally took paddles and was like, you got to write with your right hand. And I didn't know that things pass on down to your kids, because my son Joseph, this nigga left-handed, and he all the way different. I mean, he's so different. He used to lick the side of the van on the window, and I'm like, hey, stop it! And he was like, Daddy, my nose bleeding. I was like, look, you got to stop being so much like me. But where he differs from me, he don't talk like me. He talk a little different. He got a little speech impediment. He can't say his L so well. So in the morning when I wake him up, I'm like, good morning, Joe. I was like, how'd you sleep? He said, oh, I slept well. I said, what? I slept well, Daddy. Well, where'd you sleep? I slept in my bed, Daddy. I was like, what, boy? Can you get the stairs next time? Because it's a little dirty in here, man. Yeah, I was sleeping, Daddy. Translated what he said. He said he was sleeping, Daddy. I said, oh, okay, you know. I was like, oh. And he can't say R either, man. Because he be like, you know, what you doing, Joe? I was playing. I said, you was? I said, how was it? Oh, it was fun. I was like, man, when I was coming up praying, I couldn't stand it, because we had too many exercises. We had to get up, stand up, down, and sit down, get up, stand, you know. I'm like, hey, hey, he's like, I was playing, Daddy. I said, what was you playing? I was playing the Xbox. I said, oh yeah? I was like, nah, cut that off. You know, and Joe's so different, man. He always want to play the Xbox. So I seen his grades dropping, right? And I was like, hey, Joe, you're going to have to get your grades up. He said, Daddy, can I play the Xbox? I said, well, if you get good grades this month, I'll go ahead and let you play the Xbox. Damn if my man didn't come back in. And he had good grades. I said, oh, shit, I can't let this boy play the Xbox. So he going to ruin my record. He going to ruin my record. I'm going to call something. So he said, Daddy, I said, can I play the Xbox? I said, if you clean your room, boy, you can play the Xbox. Damn if he ain't come back, he cleaned his whole room. It was clean and shiny. This boy was like a little janitor. He put creases in. He put hospital corners on the bed. That's how clean he made this bed. I said, oh man, he didn't clean up this room. Daddy, can I play the Xbox? I was like, you cannot play the Xbox. I mean, because like I said, I didn't want him to ruin my record. So I said, Joe, I'll tell you what, if you could walk on water, I'll let you play the Xbox. I mean, because I do believe in Jesus Christ, because I keep the little what would Jesus do? And so I said, shit, he can't get this. And my man said, okay. He walked away, came back with a case of water, put it down on the floor. He walked on top of it. He said, Daddy, man, can I play the Xbox now? I say, well, Jesus. I say, boy, I must have raised the Messiah here, because what would Jesus do for real? Walk on water. Anyway, that's my time, man. My name's Selma Fisher. Y'all look me up. Supercell, Instagram, holla.